Okay, I'm going to explain about FIMM integration.
Okay.
Okay, first you introduce
Um,
yourself so that we'll come to know who is giving back.
okay. Hi everyone, myself Sheikh Karimullah. Still, I did not prepared my resume, so I don't know how many years experience I may add, or so. That's the reason I'm not explaining anything about my resume or my experience. So directly, uh, I want to present the FIMM integration part. Hello.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, material management is related to costing of an organization. Uh, each and every activity which we spent money related, that should be captured in the by the finance people. Till purchase order, there will be no integration between FI and MM, because there is no accounting entries will happen there. At goods receipt, the FI MM integration will take place. When goods receipt, material document is generated in material management, and FI document is generated in FI module. So based on a few factors, FIMM integration will happen at the T code OBYC. Like the factors will be like, movement movement type, valuation class, valuation modifier, transaction key. So based on this, the integration part will take place, and the document get generated automatically into FI. What is movement type? Movement type describes the type of stock posting in inventory. It represents whether the posting in stock is against goods receipt or goods issue. Here I have mentioned few movement types which we generally use. Goods receipt movement type is 101. Goods issued for production orders, movement type is 261. Scrapping of goods, movement type 551. Goods delivered to customer, the movement type is 601. Initial upload of stock, movement type is 561. All material movements in will take place with respect to movement type only. Coming to valuation class, the group of material having same account determination is called valuation class. We can group together different materials with similar properties by valuation class. The different materials with the same material type can be assigned to different valuation classes. Like material with different material types are assigned to a single valuation class. Every material will have valuation class field. That could be a raw material, semi-finished goods, or finished goods. The valuation class in accounting, one view in material master is the main link between material master and the finance module. This valuation class, along with the combination of the transaction key, defines the determination of GL account during postings. There are few type of valuation class which I have mentioned here. 3000 is raw materials, 7900 is semi-finished goods, 7920 is finished goods. So few transaction keys are BSX, WRX, GBB, PRD. Coming to transaction key, it is also known as process keys. The transaction keys are predefined in the system to enable transaction postings in inventory management and accounting, which is nothing but invoice verification. For each of the movement type in MM, there is a value string that stores these possible transitions, and it is used to control the storage or filling document and assign the documents. A few transaction keys which we generally FI people will use or BSX for stock or inventory posting, PRD for price difference, WRX for GRI or clearing account, GB for offsetting entry for stock, FRI for freight clearing, VAX for cost of goods sold. So what is valuation modifier? The valuation areas are grouped together, and this is called as valuation modifier or valuation grouping code. The valuation area is basically the level at which material is valued. The material can be valued either at plant level or at a company code level. Hence, valuation area is either at plant or company code. We can maintain the valuation group code using T code OMWD for valuation area as plant or company within the chart of accounts. And we can activate this valuation modifier using T code OMWN. It is mandatory to maintain valuation modifier as valuation area cannot be assigned to account determination. So even if you have one valuation area, that should be assigned to valuation modifier. So what is there are valuation modifier and general modifier. What is the difference between valuation modifier and general modifier? These fields we will have in OBYC. So valuation modifier is used to to reduce number of entries to be maintained in OBYC. General modifier is used only with the 3 transaction keys, which are GBB, PRD, and KON. General modifiers will help to post post to different GL accounts with same transaction key. What is material type? Each material should assign material type in material master record. It is used to update whether changes made in quantity are updated in material master record, and changes in value that also updated in stock. So different types of materials we have are ROH refers to raw material, HALB is semi-finished goods, for FERT is finished goods, HAWA is for trading goods. In material master data, at accounting one tab, we have the valuation class field and price control field. And this in price control field, there are two subfields, which are standard price and moving average price. The standard price is usually used for semi-finished material or finished material, whereas moving average price is used for raw materials and external purchases. This the price of raw material may vary based on market. Because of this reason, we will use moving average price. Types of purchase orders. We have subcontracting purchase order. We have consignment purchase order. We have stock transfer purchase order, service purchase order, asset purchase order. Coming to subcontract purchase order. In this, vendor receives components from the ordering party. With the help of that, it produces a product. This product is ordered by your company through a purchase order. The components required by vendor to manufacture the ordered products are listed in this purchase order and provided to the subcontractor. In ME21N T code, we create a subcontracting purchase order. There we need to select item category as L. With that item category only, this PO will be considered as or converted as subcontracting purchase order. After that, as you all know, we have to provide all the necessary details such as name of the vendor, item category, name of the material, plant for which material is produced, and date of the delivery. And then we need to save so that subcontracting purchase order will be created. Coming to consignment purchase order. In consignment purchase order, material is available at the organization store premises only, but it is still belonging to the vendor. If you utilize the material from the consignment stock, then you have to pay to vendor. In that way, the consignment purchase order will happen. Again, ME21 is the T code to create the consignment purchase order. But the item category which we have to select for consignment purchase order is K. Coming to stock transfer purchase order. In stock transfer, goods are procured and supplied within a company. One plant will order the goods internally from another plant. So receiving the plant or issuing the plant. The goods are procured with special type of purchase order known as the stock transfer, stock transport order. The T code to create this stock transfer purchase order is ME21N, but we need to select the item category U, and remaining steps will be same to create the purchase order. Coming to service purchase order. In service purchase order, a third party provides service to the company. These services include maintaining functions such as electricity and oiling the machines, etc. And the T code for creating of this service purchase order also ME21N only. But we have to make sure that the item category is selected as D for service purchase order. Coming to asset purchase order. In asset purchase order, our company will buy any asset from its for its business or for its operations. These assets include plant or machinery, furniture, vehicles, etc. The T code for creating of asset purchase order also same ME21N, but we have to make sure that the item category we select is A because it is asset purchase order. Coming to general entries. Which get posted. If it is material procurement, I have mentioned here down payment. If you can see, or you want me to zoom, you people are able to see.
We'll zoom it.
Okay. Okay, material procurement. For down payment, the T code is F-48 and the entry is vendor advance special GL account will be debited. If you have any GST, that will be debited. Bank account will be credited. And if you have any TDS to that particular vendor, that will, if applicable, then that will be credited. For goods receipt, the T code is MIGO, and the entry is inventory account data to GRIR GRIR clearing account. Here, if you have any GST, that will be debited. Invoice booking or invoice verification, the T code is MIRO, MIRO, and the entry is GRIR clearing account, debit. Again, if we have any GST, that will be debited. Vendor account will be credited. Now, the first entry, what I have mentioned is advance payment. F-48 that get adjusted. This entry is actually advanced adjustment entry, F-54. This is nothing but the reversal of the F-48 entry. Vendor account will be debited. If you have any TDS which is applicable, that will be debited, and vendor advance special GL account will be credited. Vendor advance GST account will be credited if you have anything. And final payment entry will be the T code is F-53 or automatic payment program F110. The entry will be vendor account debit to bank outgoing account credit. Now entries for service procurement. Almost same entries. For advance payment, it will be vendor advance special GL debit, GST account debit to bank account credit. Service entry here we'll get, instead of MIGO, we get service entry sheet, which is ML81N, and the entry will be this is related to service. So any kind of service that gets debited, and the GRIR clearing account will get credited. If we have any tax, that will be TDS, that will be debited. Here I have taken example of training expenses, or we can take audit expenses or any consulting expenses that can be debited. Invoice booking, Myro, T code is Myro, and the entry will be GRIR clearing account debit, GST account debit to vendor account credit, TDS if applicable. Advance adjustment entry, F-54, vendor account debit to vendor advance credit. Again, tax, if you have any tax, that will be GST, that will be credited. Final payment, again, T code is F-53 or APP. When that entries will be vendor account debit to bank outgoing credit. Asset procurement entries. For advance payment, same entries. For goods receipt only, the entry will change. In MIGO, we have to, instead of inventory or services, we have to take asset, which has to be debited. Again, if you have any GST, that will be debited, and GRIR clearing account will be credited. Invoice verification, Myro, GRIR clearing account will be debited, GST will be debited, vendor account to be credited. Advance adjustment, same. Final entry is vendor to bank outgoing. Here I have mentioned direct expenditure, which is till now it is PO based. Now I have taken some example of non-PO entries. So like we have regular non-PO entries which we get on monthly basis, like rent, telephone bills, etc., electricity. So for that, advance payment entry will be same. Vendor invoice booking will be in FB60. Here, expenditure will be debited. If you have any GST, that will be debited. Vendor account will be credited. Other than that, rest of the entries will be same as I have mentioned above. And final entry will be vendor account debit to bank outgoing credit. Thank you.